You've been eating these foods for years, thinking they were good for you. But they may have been silently destroying your knees, causing hidden inflammation, and draining strength from your legs. Doctors rarely warn about this, but you need to know the truth before it's too late. Don't take another step until you watch this video. Let's start with something no one likes to talk about, but everyone feels eventually. There comes a moment, often quiet, often unexpected, when you realize your body's not quite as quick to follow your will as it once was. Maybe it's getting up from a low chair. Or reaching for your shoes. Or that ache in your knees after just walking to the mailbox. It's not just about discomfort. It's about freedom. Because your legs and joints aren't just body parts. They're the pillars of independence. They let you move, explore, meet people, do what you love. When they start to falter, everything else follows. Now, here's what might surprise you. Some of the very foods you've been told are healthy, maybe you've eaten them for years, could quietly be making things worse. Not just slowing your recovery, but actively inflaming your joints, weakening your bones, and draining strength from your legs. That's what we're going to talk about today. Not just the problem, but the path forward. Clear, practical steps you can take today to protect your joints, strengthen your muscles, and feel confident on your feet again. We'll look at 3 common foods that are widely considered healthy, but can actually destroy your joint health after a certain age. And more importantly, we'll talk about what your body actually needs instead, and how simple changes can start turning the tide. Ready? Let's begin with something most people never question, and should. There's a strange kind of betrayal that happens in the world of nutrition. You spend years, decades, even, listening to advice. Avoid the bad stuff. Eat the good stuff. Trust the labels. Trust the experts. You do everything right. But somewhere along the way, your body starts to disagree. You wake up stiff. Your knees don't bend like they used to. Your ankles feel like bricks. And you think, how is this happening? I eat healthy. I take care of myself, Here's the truth no one says loud enough. What's healthy for a young body isn't always healthy for a mature one. Our metabolism changes. Our hormones shift. Our ability to repair and recover slows down. And some of the foods that might have been fine in your 40s or 50s start doing real damage after that. I call it the false friend effect. These are foods that wear the costume of health. They show up in diet books. They get labeled heart smart, or low fat, or natural. You see them in every grocery cart. But when you look closely, really closely, you find something else. These foods often cause tiny, chronic inflammation in the body. You may not feel it right away. But it builds. Day after day. Week after week. And where does it go first? The most sensitive, weight-bearing, wear-and-tear-prone areas of your body, your knees, your hips, your lower back, your ankles. Think of it like a wooden floor with water leaking under it. It might look fine for a while. But the damage is building beneath the surface. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to open your eyes. Because once you know what to look out for, once you understand the traps, you can stop the cycle. You can clear out what's hurting you and make space for what heals you. And the first step is recognizing that food isn't just fuel. It's information. Every bite tells your body something, to grow or shrink, to repair or inflame, to energize or slow down. So when your knees are stiff, when your legs feel heavy, it's not just age. It's not just wear and tear. It's your body reacting to what you're feeding it. And the good news? You can change that, starting with a few simple choices. In the next part, we'll talk about one of the most common foods in the modern diet, something that seems innocent, even light and refreshing, but can secretly clog your veins, inflame your joints, and leave your legs aching for relief. Let's look at the first hidden culprit. Picture this. A woman in her 70s, bright-eyed, energetic, always careful about what she eats. She skips fried foods. She avoids sweets. She watches her portions. And yet, she feels like she's walking through sand every morning. Her legs are swollen by evening. Her knees ache by lunchtime. And no matter what she tries, nothing seems to help. What's going on? Well, she's eating something that's marketed as light, healthy, even refreshing. You'll find it in nearly every fridge. People sip it thinking they're doing the right thing. But for older bodies, especially those dealing with slowed circulation and joint wear, it's a hidden saboteur. What am I talking about? Low-fat yogurt. Flavored versions. Fruit on the bottom cups. The kind with labels that say, good for your gut, or high in calcium. Now, yogurt itself isn't the enemy. But these modern, processed versions? They often contain a cocktail of things your joints hate. First, the sugar. Or worse, the artificial sweeteners. Most of these, healthy, yogurts are packed with sweet additives to cover the blandness of the low-fat base. And even if the sugar count looks low, check again, the names change. Dextrose, glucose, fructose, maltodextrin. It's all sugar under a different mask. Sugar, in any disguise, causes inflammation. But it doesn't stop there. These yogurts often include gums, thickeners, and stabilizers that make the texture creamy but wreak havoc on your digestion and circulation. That bloated, heavy-legged feeling? Sometimes it doesn't come from salt. It comes from chemical ingredients that your body doesn't know how to break down, so it just holds on to water. Think of it like this: your veins and capillaries are tiny rivers. When they're flowing freely, your legs feel light, strong, stable. But when your body starts retaining fluid, from inflammation or poor circulation, those rivers turn into swamps. Heavy, sluggish, toxic swamps. And here's the worst part. This process is so gradual, so subtle, that you rarely connect the dots. You just feel older. More tired. More sore. But remove that one harmless snack, that fruit-flavored, low-fat, high-additive yogurt, and things can start shifting. The inflammation goes down. The veins open up. The swelling in the knees eases, just a little. Then a little more. Now imagine replacing that with something nourishing. Real, full-fat, unsweetened yogurt. Maybe with some berries. A drizzle of honey. A touch of cinnamon. Suddenly, you're not feeding the fire. You're calming it. Your joints don't have to fight so hard. Your legs don't feel like lead weights. And your walk, that walk you thought was just part of getting older, starts to feel smoother again. It's not magic. It's biology. It's what happens when you stop working against your body, and start listening to what it needs. And it starts with knowing that not everything labeled healthy truly is. In the next part, we'll move to something else. A food that's praised for strong bones, but quietly weakens them instead. Let's take a closer look. Let's stay with that image of strength for a moment. Picture a big, solid oak tree. Thick roots, wide branches, steady in the wind. Now imagine that tree looks fine from the outside, but inside the wood is dry, cracking, brittle. It doesn't fall today. Maybe not tomorrow. But one strong gust, and it splits. That's what happens to our bones when we feed them the wrong kind of support. And here's the twist. The food I'm talking about is often celebrated as being great for your bones. It's in every commercial. It shows up in every hospital tray. It's handed out in schools and clinics with a smile. It's skim milk. Or low-fat milk. Yes, the very thing that generations were told to drink for calcium. Now, let's be clear. Calcium is important. No question. But bones aren't just calcium sticks. They're alive. They need more than one mineral. They need balance. They need the right partners, like magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin K, collagen, movement, rest. And here's the problem with that low-fat milk. When you remove the fat, you remove the helper nutrients. Calcium on its own doesn't go straight to your bones. It needs those fat-soluble vitamins to guide it. Without them, that calcium can end up in the wrong places. In your joints. In your arteries. In your kidneys. Where it doesn't belong, and where it causes damage. You might think you're strengthening your frame, but what's really happening is a silent stiffening. A tightening. A slow buildup of the wrong kind of mineral deposits, not inside the bone, but around it. That's how knees start to lose their bend. That's how hips get sore just from a short walk. That's how your spine goes from flexible to frozen. And it doesn't feel like a sudden thing. It creeps in. You might say, oh, I'm just stiff today. Or, that ache comes and goes. But what's really happening is a slow mineral traffic jam, and your joints are stuck in it. Now, you might ask, so should I give up milk altogether? Not necessarily. What matters more is the form, and the fat. Whole milk, from a clean source, gives your body the tools it needs. The fat helps absorb the vitamins. It slows the sugar. It makes you feel full with less. And it's far less inflammatory than the watery, processed version that comes in cardboard boxes claiming to build strong bones. Or better yet, get those nutrients from real food. Leafy greens. Nuts. Seeds. Fish with bones. Eggs. Bone broth. Nature already made the perfect multivitamin, and it wasn't in a bottle. Or a plastic jug. And here's something even more powerful. When you remove that false bone builder, you're giving your joints a chance to breathe. To move. To heal. You may start to notice your knees don't pop as often. That sharp edge when you climb the stairs. Duller. That stiffness in the morning. It loosens faster. These are small wins. But they add up. Because when you nourish the inside of the oak tree, the bark doesn't have to carry all the weight. Now let's turn to the third, healthy food, the one that steals your muscle strength, even while it looks light and harmless. And why your legs, especially your thighs and calves, suffer first. Let me ask you something simple. Have you ever felt like your legs were just weaker than they should be? Not painful. Not swollen. Just lacking strength. Like you're walking uphill all day, even when you're not. Like chairs feel lower. Stairs feel steeper. You go to stand up, and for half a second, you wonder if your legs will follow. It's easy to blame age. Or weather. Or a bad night's sleep. But often, the problem runs deeper. And believe it or not, it can start with something as innocent looking as a granola bar. Or a bowl of cereal. Or a glass of juice with a "no added sugar" label. The real problem isn't just what these foods contain. It's what they don't contain. They're light. They're quick. They're convenient. But for your muscles, they're empty. Most of these so-called healthy snacks are loaded with fast sugars and nearly no usable protein. And even when they say whole grain or natural energy, they hit your bloodstream like a wave, quick to spike, quick to crash. Here's what happens next. Your blood sugar rises sharply. Your body scrambles to bring it down. That roller coaster makes your muscles feel sluggish, your joints inflamed, and your energy tank half empty. But it gets worse. Every time you fuel yourself this way, your body pulls resources from your muscles, especially the big ones in your thighs and calves, to balance things out. Over time, those muscles shrink. Not all at once. Quietly. Slowly. You might not see it in the mirror. But you'll feel it in your walk. In how easily you lose balance. In how long it takes to get up from the couch. In how tired your legs feel at the end of the day. Muscle isn't just for athletes. It's your secret weapon against aging. It protects your joints. It stabilizes your knees. It keeps your bones aligned. And most importantly, it lets you move through the world on your own terms. When you feed your body quick sugar instead of real fuel, you rob it of that power. Now imagine flipping the switch. Instead of reaching for a sweet bar or flavored drink mid-morning, you have a boiled egg. A slice of cheese. Some Greek yogurt with no sugar, just a pinch of cinnamon. Or even a spoon of nut butter on a piece of dark rye bread. Suddenly, your body isn't scrambling to react, it's building. You're not just getting through the day, you're rebuilding muscle tissue. Repairing small tears. Supporting the very framework that keeps you standing tall. And you might notice something. After a week, 2 weeks, your steps feel lighter. You get up faster. Your legs don't tire out halfway through the grocery store. That's what real nourishment does. So when someone says, but it's low calorie, ask yourself, is it high power? Because for your legs to carry you, they need more than calories. They need fuel. They need protein. They need care. And next, we'll talk about what that care looks like. Not pills. Not expensive programs. But real, honest food, the kind that helps your joints repair themselves from the inside out. Let's step away from what not to eat for a moment, and talk about what your body is quietly craving. Not a miracle powder. Not a special tea. Not another expensive supplement. But something far simpler. Something the body recognizes. Something that helps it not just survive, but heal. You see, your joints, those incredible, complex hinges that carry you, they're not asking for magic. They're asking for peace. Less inflammation. More lubrication. And the raw materials to rebuild the tissues that wear down over time. The truth is, your body already knows how to heal itself. It just needs the right conditions. And it starts, as all good things do, with soil. Imagine you're planting a garden. You've got seeds. Sunshine. Water. But the soil is full of trash. Harsh chemicals. Rocks. Old metal. Nothing will grow, not even the hardiest plant. Now picture that garden again. This time the soil is soft. Clean. Nourished. Alive. Suddenly, those same seeds burst to life. Your body works the same way. If you're eating foods that constantly inflame, too much sugar, too many additives, too many empty carbs, it's like trying to grow flowers in concrete. But the moment you clear the junk and bring in real, supportive foods, something shifts. The body starts sending in the repair crew. Cartilage, that precious cushion between bones, begins to restore. Ligaments become more flexible. Swelling goes down. Movement returns. So what does that rich soil look like on your plate? It's warm soups made from bone broth, full of collagen and minerals your joints love. It's fatty fish like salmon or sardines, rich in omega fats that calm inflammation. It's greens, spinach, kale, arugula, that flood your body with antioxidants. It's colorful berries, full of polyphenol that reduce joint pain naturally. It's whole grains, slow burning, steady energy that doesn't spike or crash. It's good fats, olive oil, avocado, walnuts, that nourish the tissues from the inside out. Even simple habits, like sprinkling turmeric on roasted vegetables, or drinking a cup of warm ginger tea after meals, create a more healing environment inside your body. It's not about strict rules. It's about direction. Step away from fake lightness, toward real nourishment. Step away from hollow snacks, toward foods that feel like home. And with each day of better choices, your joints notice. That dull ache fades. The morning stiffness softens. The crack in your knee that once made you wince goes quiet. It's not overnight. But it's real. Because joints are alive. They respond to love. And love, in this case, is found in your kitchen. Now let's take it one step further. Because even the best food won't fix everything, if your body isn't moving. And nothing helps legs, bones, and joints more than a little daily motion and good, deep sleep. Let's talk about both in the next part. You've probably heard it 100 times. Asterisk, just move more. Get some sleep. Asterisk. And maybe you think, easier said than done. But here's the truth. When it comes to your joints, your muscles, your bones, food is only half the story. The rest? It happens when you move. And when you rest. Let's start with movement. I'm not talking about running marathons. Or lifting weights at the gym. I'm talking about the quiet, powerful magic of gentle, daily motion. The kind that wakes up your circulation. That nudges fresh blood into your legs. That keeps your joints warm and flexible, like oiling a hinge. You don't need special clothes. You don't need a schedule. You just need small moments of invitation. Maybe it's raising your heels while brushing your teeth. Maybe it's 10 slow squats holding onto the kitchen counter. Maybe it's walking a few laps inside the house during a commercial break. Little movements, done often, tell your legs, asterisk, we still need you. We still use you. Stay strong for us, asterisk. The legs are funny. They don't wait around when they're ignored. They start shrinking. Quietly. Day by day. But when you send them a message, even a small one, they perk up. They respond. And now, the other side of the coin, sleep. This one's trickier, I know. So many people tell me, asterisk, I try to sleep, but I wake up sore. Or I toss and turn. Or my legs cramp. Asterisk. Here's the thing. Sleep isn't just rest. It's repair. That's when your body does the heavy lifting. Rebuilding joint tissue. Cleaning up inflammation. Recharging your muscles. But you can't force good sleep. You have to invite it. And you do that by calming your system before bed. That could mean a warm bath. Or soft music. Or writing a few grateful thoughts in a notebook. It could mean turning off bright lights and choosing silence instead of screens. Even what you eat for dinner matters. A big, heavy meal late at night. That keeps your body busy, not resting. But a light soup, a little protein, a calming tea, that says, it's time to heal. And here's something many people don't know. When you combine good sleep with gentle daily movement, your joints respond faster than you think. Because you're not just treating the pain. You're treating the pattern. You're giving your body the signal it's been waiting for. I'm ready to feel good again. And the body listens. Always. In our final chapter, we'll bring it all together. And I'll share what happens when you let go of the foods that hold you back, and begin walking, literally, toward freedom. I want you to imagine something. It's morning. You wake up, swing your legs over the edge of the bed, and for the first time in a while, it doesn't feel like lifting anchors. You stand. There's no wince. No hesitation. You walk to the kitchen, not shuffling, not bracing, just walking. Like you used to. You pour a glass of water. You stretch your arms toward the ceiling. Your body responds. That feeling. That quiet, confident strength. It doesn't come from luck. It comes from listening. From small choices, made again and again. From the decision to stop feeding your body lies, and start offering it truth. For years, we've been told that aging is just a slow decline. That pain is normal. That stiffness is part of the deal. That losing balance, muscle, clarity, it's inevitable. But I'm here to tell you something else. You have power. More than you think. Because when you take away the foods that inflame, that clog, that weaken, and you replace them with foods that heal, nourish, support. When you move your body in love, not punishment. When you protect your sleep, treat it as sacred. Something changes. Your joints stop fighting you. Your muscles begin showing up for you. Your legs carry you not because they have to, but because they can. And that, dear friend, is freedom. Not the kind that makes headlines. Not the kind that looks dramatic. But the quiet, powerful kind. The kind that lets you kneel in your garden. Step into the shower without fear. Climb 3 stairs without holding your breath. Walk next to someone you love, side by side, strong and steady. That's what this lecture was about. Not fear. Not guilt. But the quiet return of strength. And all it takes is one choice. Then another. Then another. The path is yours. Walk it well. And remember, your best days may still be ahead.